Alright, salute to everyone. That's my bad. I just got a new internet 2 days ago, and I got a whole new internet. So I don't know why this is the first time it's happened since it just randomly like turned off. I really don't understand why. But that's my bad. Um, Last thing I was talking about, pretty sure was Julius Randle, and I showed the clip of Mark Berman talking about Julius Randle and how his leadership has not really been good. Especially recently, you could see it in games. He said you could see it during certain times in pregame. He doesn't really practice with the team when he's named for the lineup and stuff like that. It's just a situation that's kind of like I'm kind of tired of at this point because it's been ongoing. I don't know. You guys probably know this. You've been watching for a minute now. That I said this before. I said that Julius Randle did have these problems last year where he has bad body language and he doesn't go back on defense. But it just didn't happen. It really didn't happen as much. Last season it was kind of hidden with his good play, but he actually tried on defense most of the time. But it's completely different this year. It's a full 360. Salute to my guy JJ. He said, "Yo, salute Hadouken. Good to see you live again. You do a great job and have great knowledge of the Knicks. I appreciate you. Shout out to you. Um, yeah, I just been I said this before, but since I just went back live because the internet I had problems with my internet. Um, I went over the Cavs game, but my internet went off, so I had to restart. And we're talking about Randall right now. And yeah, I said that I was gone because of midterm, so I couldn't really go and do too much. But my last one is tomorrow. So then after that, I will be going more live, 100%. So definitely wait for that. But yeah, to continue the Julius Randle topic, and I want to know how you guys feel about it as well in the chat. Are you tired of Julius Randle? Are you ready? Thank you, Steven. Are you ready to let him go? I'm gonna make a poll real quick for it. Respect, keep those grades up. Yeah, nah, I did good on both of them so far, so I'm chilling. I got a 90 and a 93. As your community. All right, I put the poll up. It's gonna be running. People, the guys that are, I'm pretty sure in the offline, in the replay, you might be able to vote as well. And if you aren't, just make sure to type it in the comments after the stream or in the replay, and just give me your explanation for why not. Um, but yeah, Julius Randle to me, he's just toxic player, toxic teammate. I don't really like things he's been doing this season. He's been too much of a crybaby for my liking. Um, he hasn't really at the same time. Like I get that there's certain situations that aren't just in our favor right now as a team, but at the same time, his body language is terrible. Um, every single time he might be shooting bad or he doesn't like something going on during the game, he'll show it with his body language, and then it continues off into his game as well. He just starts and continues playing bad. And that's something that has been ongoing throughout the season. And that's something that I really don't like. I don't like the way he's been doing that. Let me fix this real quick. I don't like the way he's been acting. And I just feel like if you bring Randall back for the rest of the season, I mean not for the rest of the season, but next season, I just think that's too much toxicity in the whole the locker room. I don't think it's possible to bring back a guy. I know we just paid Julius Randle. I'm pretty sure 114 for 4 years or 117 for 4 years. But at the same time, he has not been good this year, and with that, he has not treated the organization in general and the team and his teammates well. He's not supporting. I can't say supporting because he is like going, clapping and this or that. But it doesn't look like he has as much enthusiasm as everyone else does. For other teammates, I know I've seen some of him dapping people up, whatever, this and that. But I just feel like he's like just like Mark Berman says. I don't know if people really respect him on the team anymore. Randall and his antics, he just keeps getting into fights with like everyone for no reason. and I really just don't understand it. Like, he really can't get enough. Let me, my bad, I have to tweet this out. Forgot. But I don't know. I want to know how you guys feel, because, oh, wrong thing. What did I just send? I don't know. I'm done with Randle, and I know you guys know my opinion about Randle because I didn't like him before, his play style wise. Like, I was fine with him being good. Um, all right, my bad. Having so many problems today for no reason. But yeah, I don't like Randall's play style. I don't think it's good for the team. Um, I think we're better off trading him. Like, I know the package in general. Like, we all know this. Julius Randle's trade value in general has, of course, decreased from what you could have gotten for from before. But I do think there's solid options you can get back in return. I just feel like it's very, very necessary for the team in general and the organization to drop Randle off in the offseason. Don't bring him back. I don't want to have that cancerous type of negative energy in the locker room, especially with our young guys. I don't want anyone picking those types of traits up. I also, because there's some people that say you should wait till next deadline, but at the same time, if this dude doesn't want to be here and he's showing it, I don't want to waste another half a season just to try to find the package for him. I really don't. It says I voted no. I voted no and it's still at 0%. No, it says it's 33%. I see it here. But salute to you. Why are you? All right, I can't say the last. Why are you? I voted no and so salute to you. JJ said OB showing he could be solid. Jumper is getting better. He's way more confident with it. Wish he was a better rebounder and better defender, but he brings a lot to the Knicks. So to build off of that OB point, I'm pretty sure you guys are well aware that I'm not the biggest Obi Toppin fan, just because I think he's way too limited in a lot of categories. I thought when he got drafted that he was going to be better than he was, but he really disappointed me. But I have made this very known before that I rather have Obi Toppin on the floor than Julius Randle, especially with the young guys, just because I feel like unlike Julius Randle, Obi Toppin plays within the offense so well, and he doesn't need the ball in his hand necessarily. You could pass it to him. You could find him for spot ups, just like he's been doing the last few games. You could find him for the open three. You could find him for the alley oops. You can try to run some pick and rolls with him as well as he gets his post game better. You can get him with some post ups. He's been doing a little bit of that as well recently. Um, but yeah, Randall, I just think for the betterment of this team and the betterment of development and future stakes of the franchise, I just think it's better off moving on from Julius Randle. Um, Julius Randle had his year here. It's kind of sad and it's kind of wild that Julius Randle went from being the king of New York to the next season, everybody wanting him out. It's sad, but at the same time, he kind of did it to himself. He really did. His play, just the way he acts, it made people turn on him. I never cared about his thumbs down and whatever all that extra stuff, but you can't do the thumbs up and tell fans to shut the f up and then come back the next 6-7 games doing terrible. Randall is a selfish player, and that's toxic for the team as a whole. Thank you, Steven. I agree. Thoughts on Zion and Ben Simmons' injury being legitimate or not? So the Zion one was definitely real. The injury in general was real, but I do think some of the setbacks might be fake. I think he might just not want to play for them in general. But they do have a squad now with Ingram, CJ. Herb Jones is a nice defender. He's a rookie. Trey Murphy, who I really wanted, he's been doing good. He's looking good. Valanciunas is good as well as a center. They have a squad there. So he might come back, he might not, but I do think that he does kind of want out of there at the same time. I really do. Give me 1 second. My dog is barking. My bad. I had a dog barking. That's someone that's at the door. But yeah, no. To continue on with the Randall thing, I just really think it's the best option to just get him out of here. Um. Oh wait, actually, I was talking about the Zion part. Yeah, Zion's injury in general was definitely real. Like it was 100% real. But I think the extent of the injury was exaggerated just for him to take time and rehab in order for him to, in the summer, like I think this off season, I think he might get dealt. It really depends on what he wants, cause they easily can give him the max, and they 100% will. But it depends if he wants to stay there. It really does. And I don't know if I don't think he does. I really don't. He got into shape. He's looking good, but I just don't think he wants to play for the New Orleans Pelicans. And I don't think he wanted to play with them since he's gotten drafted. I really don't. And okay, and then next up, he said Ben Simmons. The Ben Simmons injury is also definitely 100% true. Ben Simmons in the last 2 seasons, he's actually had times where he was out because of a back injury, and I've seen reports a few like 2 seasons ago as well that he had some problems with it. It wasn't anything crazy, but now apparently I read into it. He legit has back issues, and it's kind of hard for him to move. I think now they said he's in shoot around or something. They said he's not gonna be back for the play-in, but he might be back for the playoffs. But it's something that they don't want to get a surgery on because it's not good to have surgery on your back in general. But it's something that's definitely hurting him right now. Salute to my guy Kaiser Souls. He said Knicks fans always allow themselves to drink the Kool-Aid. It's always a fraud rumor. What is the fraud rumor, Kaiser? And JJ says I can't. He's been totally disappointing because he's been stuck getting 10 minutes behind Randall. With minutes he's been getting lately, he's showing he has the potential to be a solid starting power forward. All right, so before I continue talking about this stuff, let me go over this Magic game, and then I'll continue on to break it down and talk about the young guys on the team because I think it's really important. And one thing I just read, Dejounte Murray, who's been out the last 2 games because of illness, just tweeted, "I randomly got sick and it sucks. It happens at this crucial time while me and the team are rolling. I lost 7 to 8 pounds and been feeling awful and doing everything to get healthy. First, then working out to get ready to help the team get into playing and fight for the playoffs." Shout out to Dejounte Murray because I'm a big fan of Dejounte Murray. I actually wanted to trade for him this season, this off season, but I also at the same time did know that he was gonna take this huge leap. Shout out to him. I hope he's gonna do. I hope he heals because I do want to see him in the playing. Salute to L Jordan was good, and if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. I know we've had a little trouble today in this stream, but yeah, I greatly appreciate you guys for still being here as well. But let me get into this box score for the Orlando Magic. So the Orlando Magic went up against the New York Knicks, and in this game, Franz Wagner didn't play. Cole Anthony got injured, quote unquote, tanking though. He got out this game literally in like a minute or two. Mo Bamba was playing. Wendell Carter's out as well. He's not injured. Um, and I think those are the only guys that were out. But we did win by 30 points, and this was led by all the kids. As you can see, Randall didn't play this game either. Like I said earlier, if you didn't hear that, he's out for the rest of the season. RJ Barrett had a great bounce back game from dropping a absolute terrible game before this. He went 9 for 20, 3 of 9 from the three, 6 of 8 from the stripe, 27 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists, along with 3 turnovers and the steal. It was a plus 29. Obi Toppin, again, he just last game I think dropped his career high, and then this game he tied it. Obi Toppin 7 for 16, 4 10 from 3, 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists, along with a block and 2 turnovers. He was a plus 46. I think that's the highest. I read some stat. It was like the highest this season for the Knicks player, something like that. But Obi, he only has 6 shots in the paint, And actually, no, he made a fadeaway. He made a mid range as well. But I don't know how you guys feel about it. I know he had a lot of open threes, but I would like him to pump fake and go to a mid range or try to go for a post up. But I mean, at this point, I'm fine with him shooting threes. It is what it is. I just don't want him to get comfortable with shooting only like 10 threes a game. I don't think that's something that should just be commonly happening. But he had a good game. In that fourth quarter, he kind of did go quiet though. After he did reach 20, he didn't really do much after that. But it didn't really matter. The Knicks were up, I think, almost by 40 in this game. They were leading mainly the whole entire time. Mitchell Robinson, 6 of 8. Mitchell Robinson was feasting against Mo Bamba, who a lot of Knicks fans want. He had 12 points, 10 rebounds, 3 steals, and 5 blocks. Yes, you read that right. 3 steals and 5 blocks. Voice crack. I actually did see a stat as well. And when you combine, why can't I talk? I apologize. When you combine blocks and steals this season, Mitch is third leading in the league. Behind Jaren Jackson was number 1. I forget who was number 2, but Mitchell Robinson was number 3, which is great. Evan Fournier, this is a good thing. Evan Fournier only played 15 minutes this game, and I'm happy about it. It was because he was in foul trouble, and then we were up a lot, so that's something, I guess, to look at. Alec Burks had a really good game. He almost had a triple. Okay, so basically, RJ was halfway into the triple-double. Alec Burks was almost at a triple-double, and then Emmanuel Quickley got the triple-double. But we're going to look at the assist after because it's something that made me happy. Well, he had 19, 7, and 6, along with a steal and 1 turnover. He was a plus 44. That's the third highest this season by a Knick. Jericho Sims, 4 and 5 with 5 fouls, is still on the block. I told you guys this before, and I'm going to keep saying it, but I do know he's still a rookie. But Jericho Sims, please look at the basket. I want you to not be scared to go up. Please. It's really important for you. Quentin Grimes, who was out last game, and I think he should be out for the rest of the season because he looks a little out of shape in his face. Like he looks like he has some extra weight on his face, and he just doesn't look like healthy. He still has his knee brace on. He's not really moving well. I would gladly tell Tibbs to sit him for the rest of the season and not try to get him injured again. Emmanuel Quickley, 8 of 19, 3 of 10 from the field. He didn't shoot the best, but he didn't shoot bad from the field. 42 is fine. I guess it's not that bad. And 30%, if he hit one more, it would have been 40. It's fine. I'm not really mad with that. But he did have a triple-double. This is his first career triple-double, and I think this is the first triple-double by a Knicks since, it said, 19. It was some crazy thing. It was, 30 years ago. It's the last time a Knicks point guard got a triple-double. Taj Gibson, 2-7, over 2 from 3, 4 and 4. McBride, who has been finally hitting shots and getting comfortable, had 8 points. He went 3 of 4 and 2 of 3 for 3. And Ryan Arcidiacono, who only played 1 minute, did not do jack. You see what people are saying in the chat. Says Zion to the Knicks is a fraud. Remember, just like KD and LBJ and everyone else. I mean, Kaiser, Zion to the Knicks actually has something into it, to be honest. Randle's a catch to the team. We need to trade him. This year's draft is power forward heavy. I do agree we need to trade him, but I don't think it's necessary to draft a point guard or a power forward in this draft. You go for best available. And we're going to talk about the draft in a little bit because I have a few things that I want to talk about and see later on. Quickley did his thing this yesterday. Yesterday, yeah, he did. The organization should add to meet 70% free throw met from Mitchell Robinson next contract bonus incentives. That would actually be a good incentive to add. But to be honest, the thing that they most likely will add is probably the amount of blocks he has if they do re-sign him, which I don't think he will get re-signed. I don't think he will re-sign. Or something about offensive rebounds. Hard for young players to get comfortable with Tibbs playing them sparse minutes sprinkled in here and there. So that's kind of what I meant with the Deuce thing. With Deuce, you have to, he has been on and off with his shooting, but he's been great on the defensive side. But you have to play him in 5 to 10 minute stints, but now you should try to play him 15, 20 minutes at least and get him comfortable with his shot. It's really important for the team. Look at Obi and IQ producing now that they are getting consistent time on the court. They look more comfortable now. I 100% agree. Let me go over the Magic and then we'll talk about that as well. Ignas Brazdeikis, former New York Knick that got drafted alongside RJ and is a buddy of his. 5 of 12 from the field, 3-6 from 3, 13 points. These minuses on this team is gonna look crazy, but he was a minus 37. Chuma Okeke, 1-7, 1-6 from 3, 4 and 5. He was minus 27. Mo Bamba, 5 of 13, 3 of 8 and 3, 13 and 12. Mitch locked him up so bad. There was one possession where he blocked Mo Bamba, and then the same exact possession, Mo got his rebound back and tried to go up, and Mitch just stuffed him so bad. RJ Hampton, 2 of 11. He had a terrible game. Minus 37. Cole Anthony, like I said, fake injury just to tank. This team has legit been tanking the whole entire. I'll say this right now, just because we're talking about the Magic. The Magic played the Cavs like 2 games ago. This is when they started tanking like officially, and they were tied with the Cavs in the fourth quarter, and they sat down their whole starters. And then the game after that, they just didn't play their starters basically, and now that's what they're doing. And now Dwayne Casey is not slick because Dwayne Casey did the same thing. He's been trying to do it, and they keep still winning the game. So it's karma on him. He literally played Cade, Sadiq, and Stewart 7 minutes 2 games ago, and then last game, Sadiq Bey only played 22 minutes, even though he dropped 30. He dropped 26 at the half, and he ended with 31 because he didn't play in the third, basically most of the third and the fourth quarter. I bet on these dudes, bro. I'm done with betting on these teams, by the way. Sorry. I had to go on a little rant. I'm sorry. I was a little mad. 1 of 9 from the field for David Kennedy. I have no idea who this guy is. 1 of 6 from 3. I'm not even gonna read his stats. I don't really care too much. I don't know him. 4-2, 3-2, and 2, whatever. God bless to him. I hope he does good. Tries to work his way up. Markelle Fultz, 4 of 8. I actually really like Markelle Fultz, and I get really sad thinking. I get sad in general when people's careers are killed because of injuries, and then they get labeled a bust because of it, such as guys like Greg Oden. T-Mac could have been better if he didn't get injured. Grant Hill, guys like that. It's really sad to see. But it's even worse because Markelle Fultz, I mean, it's just like Greg Oden. I mean, he was the number 1 pick, but Markelle Fultz got in a motorcycle accident and it really messed up his shoulder. So he had to sit out. And I feel bad for him. But I'm glad he looked really good at the beginning of the season, then got injured. Last season, then got injured. Now he's back, and he's been looking really solid. I wouldn't mind if the Knicks try to go for him as well. Terrence Ross, who's known as the Knicks killer, didn't really play well. 11, 4, and 2. 1 of 7 from 3, 3 of 10 from the field. Moritz Wagner, who was getting me mad yesterday because the whole entire team was just letting him like murder them. 18 and 9, 7 and 10 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. This dude was trying to he fouled RJ once, and he was trying to do something, like he was trying to act tough. Bro, this dude dunked on Mitch and dunked on Sims and then dunked on Obi, bro. And nobody did anything about it. It got me so mad. I needed someone to get a hard foul on him because he's been trying to be slick. It was getting me really frustrated. I'm sorry. The team should have stopped being soft. But like I said, the Knicks led by 35. Magic only led by 1 at most. Like, they really didn't do much this game at all. And let me read this out quick because this doesn't matter. We won by 30. I rebounded them by 16. This is something that just makes me so happy to see. 29 assists. I love seeing when the assists are over like 22. It just makes me happy because I know the ball moved and I know players weren't being selfish. 18 assists for the Magic. They couldn't shoot, couldn't do anything. 9 steals for the Knicks. 7 blocks for the Knicks as well compared to their 5 and 2. That was a lot because of Mitchell Robinson, his presence in the paint, and just the way he was playing. And I want to show a funny clip of this game as well for you guys. We shot 48% compared to their 35, which is the main reason why we won. And we only had 9 turnovers compared to 11. We've been keeping it kind of low. League average from 3, basically 34% compared to 27. We shot well from the free throw line compared to them. We absolutely blizzard murdered them in the paint by 22. We killed them in the second chance points, and we killed them in the fast break. This team just didn't have it at all. I kind of expected it to happen at the same time. They're just not really that good. So it was really interesting to see. Elijah Ills was good, bro. Salute to you. Let me read what you guys are saying. Shout out to everyone watching. We got 14 people in here. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Show your support. Subscribe. Turn that notification bell on. We'll be live after the next game as well, which is against the Nets. The game is not tomorrow. It's on Wednesday. It's our third to last game. We're gonna be talking about it in a little bit as well. D Coolest, salute. That's my guy right there. D Coolest was good. I see you change their profile picture to Obi. JJ said if we lose Mitch drafting center, if we end up the 12th pick, might be the way to go. They're in a Mark Williams bold is good. JJ, keep that for like in the next 10 minutes. I will be talking about that as well, because that's definitely something interesting that I wanted to talk about. It. I'm gonna look at the lottery rankings. I'm gonna see where the Knicks can be as well. Salute to my guy for Trey as well. It's my guy right there. After yesterday's game, Knicks front office was singing, "Iggy, give me one chance. Iggy, give me one more chance." Nah, you stupid clown. Nah, that's funny. All right. What was I gonna say? I wanted to show you guys. You guys are gonna laugh from this video. But this is a video from last game, and it was just absolutely hilarious. It legit was. I'm gonna show it right now. Let's see where this is. Oh, did I lose it? No, I didn't lose it. Alright, it's right here. This video was hilarious. It had me crying yesterday. Oh my god, it had me crying. So it's basically this. Let me open it. This was like probably the worst basketball I think I've seen in a long time. This was like disgusting. It was disgusting, man. Let me pop it right here. This is from yesterday's game, by the way. Let me play it from the beginning. I'm gonna let you guys just cry laughter from this. I'm gonna mute myself.
I think Mitchell Robinson hit that, don't you?
It sure looked like it from our vantage point, the Magic bench. Robinson got hit in the head again by a teammate's pass. It happened in the first half. Kennedy with the deflection. Burks saved it for New York. Shot clock ticking down. Burks falls down. Trezdekas picks up the ball.
Nice job, Devin, moving his feet.
Bro, this might be like the dumbest minute of
Kennedy with the rebound.
I've seen in a long time. Like, I knew instantly
Top
after
of it there
those
to
two
knock
plays,
it
it was
away.
gonna be unsacred.
Toppin had it knocked away again by Kennedy.
Yeah, this is
by
terrible.
Devin.
Oh my god, I was legit embarrassed watching this.
Still
Like
a
this,
17-point New York Knicks
was
lead,
legit
64-47.
Like, look, what is this right here? Like, what is
Mamba was not looking for that pass. Mitchell Robinson steals it.
Just
and then I
tough
think
spot
RJ
Coach
had like a
Mosley to be in.
5-step
He does
travel.
not
Yeah,
have a true point guard. Somebody that can get us into our offense on the floor.
RJ Barrett.
This dude just...
Too many steps.
RJ literally just shifted his feet like 6 times to get that, bro. I was legit crying of laughter when I seen this. Yo, it was the most hilarious thing I think I've seen in a game in a while, bro. That was disgusting. I really like wait, let me zoom this in because I have this open now. I want to talk about this right here. Let's see. I really like Mark Williams. I think Mitch and RJ got really good chemistry, but if the money doesn't work, I think Mark Williams would be a good replacement. All right, so I'm about to talk about the draft, but let me talk about Obi real quick for a little. And yeah, that minute was terrible basketball. That was disgusting. But to talk about the Obi part, Obi in general, he has been looking better with time. I do think he needs to continue to get in these last 3 games. He needs to play 30 minutes each. He's been looking a lot more comfortable and confident with his shot, and it's good to see because, you know, some players, when they play short amount of minutes and they shoot like 2 threes maybe per game, they might not be as confident as, let's say, they start off in the beginning of the game, maybe playing 30 minutes this game, 30 minutes the next game. They get constant amount of minutes. They get the shot confidence up. I think Obi is one of those players. Obi, obviously, for the last 2 years, hasn't shown that he could shoot. But I do think if you give him the opportunity and you let him play with the young guys right now, especially, it helps him get a lot of open looks. Like, he gets a lot of open looks, and you can see he's purely confident with them. He hasn't really missed too badly in the shots that he's taken, and that have missed. But he's also been hitting like a lot more threes. He's shooting a little more mid ranges. I still think a problem with Obi right now is his posts. He's not really that good in the post, and he still needs to work on his fundamentals with his feet. I think that's the really next step for him, and to continue to get confident with his shot is definitely another as well. Obi Toppin, I still don't see what other people see in him regarding All Star and all those things. But I do think Obi, if given the chance right now that he could really be a good role player or at least a good starting power forward in the league. I don't see anything crazy. But the thing that I like about Obi, and shout out to my guy Jarrell Williams in the chat. Say get those likes up, salute to you. Um, I appreciate you guys 100% for rocking with me because I haven't been, yeah, just like D'Angelo came in right on the right time when I was saying this. Because I know a lot of people don't know that I just started streaming again after I went out for like 3 weeks. And you know a lot of people obviously aren't watching right now because I haven't been consistent, and that's on me because I have school. But basically, D'Angelo, and for the people that don't know, I am in my freshman year of college. My semester is gonna end in like a month now, but I have a 2 week break in like a week. Um, so I haven't been able to be live constantly. That's basically why. But my last midterm is tomorrow, and then I'll be fine after that. But the season will be over. But I definitely will be continuing to go live, talk about the Knicks. I'm gonna be making videos about guys that we should look for in the off season. As long as that, as well as that, I'm also gonna be doing some live streams for the playoffs. If you guys want to watch along with me, I'm gonna be having some people on, maybe Guillermo, Ethan, Hinson, all those guys. I'm gonna be going live doing game play-by-plays for those as well. If you guys would like to watch that as well, you guys will let me know, and I will be doing that. But that's basically why. But salute to my guy D'Angelo as well. But with the Obi thing that I wanted to continue talking about is that the thing with Obi compared to Randle is that I know some people think that Obi can give you the same exact production as Randle, but I just think they're two different. They're two completely different people. A guy like Randle, he gets his points in a whole different way that Obi can, and that's because Randle plays in the mid post area and he takes some threes. You know, he's not the best at right now, especially, and he's really ball dominant, and I think that kills other guys on the team, especially because it weighs the shot clock down. It doesn't help with ball movement and rhythm, and I think that really hurts us in general. And there was these two beautiful plays last game. I want to see if I can find it for you guys. Because it was so beautiful, and this is what I talk about with ball movement that you can't see with Randle. And I'm sorry, my keyboard sounds loud, but I really want to show you guys this clip right here, and I want to find where exactly it was, because it was with RJ. I want to see right here. It might not have shown it, so I'll see it right here. I'm sorry. Give me a second, guys. RJ Barrett possession. All right, I found it. All right, thank God it's here. I want to find the exact play because this play was just beautiful. And the thing that I love most about this play is that three players on the court were involved with it, and it ended off with RJ getting a 3-pointer, and it happened twice this game. And look, this is actually, since I'm showing this, I actually want to show you some plays with Obi, and just in the offense in general that looks really well. Let me open another tab here and show you guys. Let me move forward here. Where is this Obi? All right, this is about to be. All right, it will be right here. But let me see something real quick. I gotta see the timestamp. 54 seconds. All right, bet. Duke College now. He said, my only issue with this statement is that doesn't mean Obi can't give us the same production or better, just he can do it while not slowing the ball down or being physical. Yeah, I'll explain it what I mean by that fully right here. All right, so this is the play. This is the play that I liked a lot. And this is something that I think that we can constantly get with Obi especially. And this is one thing I forgot. So shout out to Jay. I think it was D Coolest in the chat, because D Coolest was saying this. He said basically that Burks played 32 minutes. Why? He's been in the league 10 seasons. McBride should have gotten those minutes. He had only 11. I completely agree with you. I just don't think. I was saying this before. I think that we put Alec Burks in a bad situation. I've been killing him all season. Everyone has, rightfully so. But at the same time, when you see Burks on the ball, he doesn't look good at all. Like, he's terrible on the ball. That's why I think it's really important. Number one, run the offense through RJ and then run the offense through IQ. Let them take over because, look, these are the type of looks you get. You get RJ in the mid post. I know this is, granted, this is against the Magic, but this is something that's available every single game. RJ has a guy that's a lot smaller than him, and look how many people are paying attention to him. He has right over here. I'll move back, but he has Okiki. Is that Okiki? Yeah, that's Okiki looking at him, and then he has Mo Bamba looking at him. He puts a pump fake up, which RJ needs to get more of a pump fake and more finesse in his game because he did it once a few games ago, but I need him to pump fake more at the 3-point line and run in or shoot a mid range. That's something next up in RJ's game. But look at this. He pump fakes and he makes the right decision, passes out to Obi. Obi hits the 3, and this is something that I think we could constantly get every single game. And then you just see it. Let me see. I want to find the play. Shooting up pull-up threes. This is also what you get with RJ on the ball because he loves finding Mitch. You get him with these nice alley-oops. This happens every game. This is why I think Mitch likes RJ a lot as well. This is a finesse layup right here. Another missed shot, and that's something he got to work on. Because he gets those every single game. I really want to find this play for you guys. That was a terrible shot, by the way. Let me see. Was it this? It wasn't this, but that's a nice finish. This too. Easy skip pass to IQ for the 3. That was just a beautiful. These are the beautiful and light plays that the Knicks could have been running the whole entire season, just decided not to. Like look, and Obi's pick wasn't even necessary here, but he just stood in front of IQ, so Terrence Ross just stopped as well. Bad layup right there. Wasn't this play? Oh, this is the play right here. They didn't show the full play, but basically RJ passed it to IQ. Then IQ ran down. He passed it to Obi. Obi passed it right to IQ, and IQ got it for RJ for a nice 3 right here. And these are just those plays that I love. And there was another one in the fourth quarter, right here. This is a nice mid-range. He missed. Next step for his game is to hit mid-ranges as well. Misses that 3. It's gonna be his next shot he makes that looks nice. But this was another nice find by RJ here to Mitch. Like I said, he loves finding Mitch. But this right here, they're not showing like the whole play, but RJ to IQ to Obi, Obi to RJ, and he hits the 3. I don't know. I just love those plays, and I think that's really important for Obi to get down, and just the team in general. I think that it flows so well. Afro, what's good, Afro? Salute. Randall's only physical when trying to get a board or trying to get his own bucket, but I'm listening, bro. Yo, Jarrell, I completely agree. The thing I meant, Jarrell, is that some people think that Obi can like directly, because even if Obi, let's say, scores 20 points per game, they don't score it in similar ways, so you can't really impact it the same way. But I do think the next step for Obi is really getting that mid range down and locking it up. Start getting more confident with your jump shot. Get your fundamentals right. I also do think he needs to get his core stronger just for his balance and his defense. I think those are things that are really important in the offseason. I want these young guys to work in the offseason, and I trust in them. I think the best part about our young guys is that we know that they have high motors, and I think that we all know that they're hard workers. Obi Toppin's a hard worker. IQ is a hard worker. RJ is one of the hardest young workers in the league. Cam Reddish is someone I also wanted to shed a light on a little bit as well, because this offseason for him is really important. We still have a year left to try to see what we have in him, but I don't know if they get a contract this offseason. It will be really interesting. But Cam Reddish has been questioned about his low motor before. I don't specifically think he has a low motor. I just think it was a situation type of thing. But this offseason, I want to see him come back, and I want him to look a lot better, and I want him to get a chance. I want him to get a good amount of minutes and a big role on this team, and I do think that's something that will happen. I really want him and RJ, and I do think this is going to happen 100% since they're on the same team now. I need him and RJ working out almost every single day in the offseason. And I need them to work on their two-man game, all that good stuff, because I think they really are part of the future for this team. I know some people are not high on Cam, but I really do think that Cam and RJ next to each other are perfect. I really do. They're really great friends, and the thing about them is that they both do different things. Cam is more of a shot creator than RJ is, and RJ is more of a slasher. And those are two things that both of them need to perfect. Cam Reddish, he has all the talent in the world. He has more natural talent than anyone on the team besides Derrick Rose. In that 2019 draft, Cam Reddish, a lot of people were saying that they wouldn't be surprised if Cam Reddish would be the best player in this draft, and that was strictly off of his natural talent. He has natural talent, but at the same time, in this league, no matter what, in any sport, hard work beats talent. If you don't have the work ethic, it doesn't matter. The talent won't matter. So you can have all the talent in the world, but you really have to want it. And I think that's really important to see from Cam 100%. Having RJ, Cam, and Grimes make it difficult if we want to draft another wing as well. If that's like Fournier still here next season, gonna be way too clogged. JJ, I don't think you're wrong there, but the thing is, for this draft, there's not really true wings in this draft. There's just like power forwards. A thing for me, a guy that I want is Benedict Mathurin. He's Canadian. He was why am I losing it? Was it Arizona? I think it was Arizona. I don't know why I'm bugging. I think I forgot, but he 100% is someone that I do like. He's a shooting guard. But it really depends. I don't know. Just like you said, JJ earlier, and I'm about to get into it. That's why I have the schedule up. I do think, and I came to realization of this like 2-3 weeks ago. If the Knicks do not keep Mitch, that I do think they're most likely gonna draft Duran, or I do think they're gonna draft Mark Williams. Because if I'm being honest, and we're gonna have a show about this soon and a video about it of centers that I do think the Knicks could possibly look after, and I do think that might come into the draft. There's really not that many centers that are out there. L. Paul said, "Can we add Obi to the Cam and RJ pairing?" Salute to L. Paul, by the way. Hope you're doing well. Can we add Obi? Well, the reason, L. Paul, that I say that is that Cam and RJ to me are dynamic wings in a sense, because they both, they would play right next to each other. That's why I said that. Yeah, JJ, I don't know why. I was trying to remember his school because I watched him. I've known him for a while just because he's Canadian. And, I follow some Canadian people, whatever, on Twitter. And I've seen a lot of film. Not a lot, but I've seen a decent amount of film on him. And I watched his games in the NCAA. And Benedict Mathurin, just in general, his intensity, the way he plays the game, and the way he looks to take over the game was really impressive to me. Besides the last game that they lost to get eliminated out of the tournament, he really wasn't having it that game. But the game before, when he dropped 30, and he wasn't really shooting well throughout the whole game, but at the end, he was legit taking over. And I like his passion and the way his teammates hype him up. They put him up to be this good dude. They all respect him, and I like players like that. Ben probably won't be there at 12. Okay, subliminal. So since we're talking about the draft, I'm going to show you guys this right now. Okay, Tankathon, right? So in Tankathon right now, because you said 12 to 13, which is definitely possible. No, not 13. But 13 is not possible at all unless we somehow drop. But I wanted to go over the 9 through 12 right now. The New York Knicks are set at 12, 35 and 44. Pelicans, 34 and 44. Washington, 34 and 44. And then the San Antonio Spurs are 33 and 45. So, in my opinion, this is something that I think right now I want to go over. I opened up all their schedules so we can see what possibly we could go and how low we can go. And the thing that I think is that we could easily get into that 9 slot. And I'm going to show you guys right now why. But wait, let me read some chat here that I didn't read. It impacts better for real given every clip you just showed because Obi knowing when to cut and where to finish. Set up a finisher can be a distraction just like that last 3 high on cam 2. Jarrell Williams, this is why I said I always think that Obi is limited and he still is. But I think Obi flows within the offense so much better than Randle does because he doesn't need the ball and you can get him in his spots so easily when you have RJ and IQ controlling the ball. That's what's good about Obi. And that's what's good about having him here instead of Randle. Exactly. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. That is a fact. That's the quote of the decade right there. Cameron's really going to show everyone this offseason he'll be glued to RJ Hip and they're going to kill season facts. Jarrell Williams, 100%. I pray for that. Yeah, I really feel drafting a center like Duran or Williams is the way to go for Mitch signs elsewhere. I like Sohan and Ogabaji. Yeah, Ogabaji was, I think I'm saying it right. He was going crazy a few games, like last game he was going crazy. That's shout out to Legion and Knicks because he's been talking about Ogabaji for a long time now. And Ogabaji is actually nice. He's a big. I think he's like a stretch big. I'm trading back for Man. That's my son. Who's Man? Am I bugging? Only the Knicks can end up with no top 10 pick and not in the playoffs or playing brutal. JJ, I remember we were talking about this in the chat before. Remember, Duke, the NBA always moving us back in the lottery. We've been having the worst luck. So about the draft, because I know we're talking about lottery luck. In general, I don't know. Alondas Williams. Okay, I don't really know much about him. If you can explain it in the chat, what he does and what position he plays. From Wake Forest. That is someone that Guillermo also talked about. But to talk about the lottery, the Knicks I know have not gone up in 40 years, but I feel like in general, I feel like this would be the type of draft that the Knicks will go up on just because it's like one of the worst in a while. But I'm going to show you guys the schedule and you guys let me know how you feel it would turn out. So the Knicks have a 2-game lead on the Spurs, right? The Lakers are completely out of it because they would have to win every single game that they have left and the Knicks would have to lose every single game for them to tie with us. But this is the New York Knicks schedule. I'll show you first. The Knicks have 3 games left and then every other team has 4 left that I'm going to show. So you guys tell me if this is an L or a W. So the Knicks' last 3 games are the Nets, Wizards, and the Raptors. The Nets, I think it's easily a loss. The Nets are going to play back-to-back against us and the Rockets, which should be 2 easy wins for them, of course. They're in the play-in right now. They need the wins. We're not going to have Randle for the rest of the season. I don't expect the vets to play as much right now. But I do think that's an L, which I'm happy for because I'm hoping that we lose out the rest of the season. I think this is really important for us. The Nets, I think, is a loss. You guys let me know what you think, too. The Wizards, as I showed you guys here, the Wizards are tied with us. They're 1 game below us. But it's really important for us to lose to the Wizards. So they can they could go above us. We need to lose to them as well. So this is what it is. The Wizards and then the Raptors, we haven't won this season at all, and they've been going crazy. So I'm pretty sure that's an L as well, and I want you guys to tell me as well what you think is gonna happen. Raptors might have nothing to play for. JJ, the only reason I will disagree with that is because I'm pretty sure it's packed up in the East. Let me check again. I don't know about that. Standings. Yeah, no, they actually do have something. So they would actually, JJ, have something to play for just because of this necessarily right here. So they are actually they're tied right now. Not tied, but they're tied for the 5th seed right now. Yeah, they're tied for the 5th seed, and then the Cleveland Cavaliers are only 2 games behind them, and they have 3 games left. So that's something that's possible that could happen. They could somehow overtake them, but the Cavs haven't been good recently. And the Bulls can this is all really close. Like especially up here, it's close. But the Bulls and Raptors, I think Raptors are really going to try hard this game. This is why I think that they will win. We beat the Heat without Randle, so we could win out. Yeah, subliminal. But we're not going to win out, though. That's the thing. Because the team that we beat, the Heat didn't really have much to play for, to be honest. But they just choked that game. But the Nets actually like are doing this for the play-in, and KD has been turning up, and the Raptors need it. Okay, got you. Yeah, so they will likely win that one. Good. LOL. Yeah. Second round, we should get Nemhard from Gonzaga. I heard about him as well. Best player since Melo, and we want to trade him. With the kids running, you never know. Nah, I do know though, because Brooklyn is full power, and we have never beaten them full power. Even with one of them, we haven't won. But I'm praying that we go 0-3 in here, and I think that could easily happen. And I'm praying. I pray the gods, please, the lottery odds. But that is for the Knicks, and we have 3 games left, right? So if we lose all these games, we would be 35 and 47, I think. 35 and 47. That would be our record. And now I want to show you the Pelicans. The Pelicans have 4 games left, right? And they're 1 game below us. So the Kings, I think to them is an easy win. Let me know how you guys feel. Let me zoom in higher. The Kings, I think, is an easy win for them. Especially, the Kings are smart right now. They've shut out Sabonis, and they shut out De'Aaron Fox for the rest of the season already. The 5 games they haven't played already. So they just got Davion and Harrison Barnes. So that should definitely be a win for the Pelicans. And then the Portland Trailblazers are trash. They're tanking. Pelicans, another easy win. So that should be 2-0. So they should be at 36 and 44 at that time. The Memphis Grizzlies. I actually want to see where the Grizzlies are right now. Yeah, the Grizzlies will have nothing to play for. Just like JJ was talking about, nothing to play for. This will be the team that has nothing to play for, and Ja is still gonna be out. So I wouldn't be surprised if they easily beat them, here. So they could easily win 3. And then the Warriors, Curry is still not gonna be back, and they only have Jordan Poole. Clay might not play either because they might not be locked in. Yeah, the Warriors, this will be a game. So I realistically think that the Pelicans guaranteed to get 3-1 here at least. Let me know what you guys think. I think 3-1 at least. CJ gonna score the Kings 100%. We won't lose to the Wizards. We always win the Big Tank bowl games. JJ, you're right, but please don't put that into my head. I don't want to think like that. I don't. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me through the internet situations. By the way, shout out to the 17 people watching. Smash that like button if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys. He's gonna scorch his old team. Yeah, he scorched the Blazers last time too. He really did. So I think this is a 3-1 at least, and that will put them at 37 and 45. Yo, JJ, that's actually funny. JJ said never seen a harder tank than what Blazers doing right now. It's crazy. They took a layup down 3 with a few seconds left in the game the other night. LOL, shake my head. JJ, I don't know if you've seen the Pacers, but the Pacers have been doing an amazing tank job. JJ, like 5 games ago, they were down by 1 point, right? And they had no fouls to give. They got the rebound. It was their ball with like 10 seconds left, and guess what they do? Actually, no, it was the Cavs ball, right? And the Pacers were actually up 1, right? The Pacers were up 1. The Cavs were. Oh wait, no, I'm bugging. I'm sorry. I'm reiterating because this was like 5 games ago. But the game was tied. Darius Garland had the ball. 10 seconds left in the game. No timeouts. No fouls to give. And Jalen Smith fouled Darius Garland. And this was with 10 seconds left, and they lost that game. And then 2 games ago, the Pacers, they were down with like 3 seconds left, whatever, and they got like a horrible turnover and let someone get a game-winning layup. It was disgusting, bro. It was bad. Memphis without Ja had that 9-game streak. Don't rate your good too fast. By the way, I think, bro, I legit think you guys realize the Memphis Grizzlies are 20-2 without Ja Morant? Like, they're better than the Chicago Bulls, the prime Chicago Bulls. I'm trolling though, but yeah. Salute to Visions. He said, will any of this year's draft picks be a top 20 player within the next 3 years, Duke? I'm going to be honest, Visions. I don't think there's any generational players in this draft. I don't. Eli M, salute to you. What's up, bro? Shout out to you. I haven't seen you in a minute, but that's because I haven't been live. I've seen you in other chats, I'm pretty sure. Visions. One thing I will tell you is I don't think there's any superstars in this draft. I don't think there's any generational players. And I don't think there's even a guarantee that any of these guys are going to be all-stars. I don't know if that's a hot take. You guys let me know. But I'll tell you this. Paolo is 100% the number one pick. I think in my eyes, because Paolo in this whole entire tournament has shown a lot of his playmaking ability that he can have. Paolo has been shooting the three really well in the tournament as well. When Paolo doesn't hesitate, he does really well, because sometimes when he hesitates at shots, you see it miss. But when he has pure confidence, he does well, and he's a grown man out there. He plays in the mid range. He does need to get more rebounds as a 4. Maybe you could play him a 3 on some teams, maybe like a Jonathan Isaac type potentially, but he's not really a defender like that. But he has been really impressive. I really do think he's been impressive. Eat your food too fast, my bad. A little off. Nah, but Jarrell, I was basically saying that because I think they would probably sit all their starters that game. I'll trade down as far as I could if I could get a first rounder in next year's draft. 2023 draft gonna be dope as hell. Yeah, JJ, I agree with you. But JJ, don't also rule out us not being in that lottery next season. Because I will say this. If we don't get a star in this offseason, and let's say we trade Randle for like a complimentary like piece, maybe a decent piece and like a draft pick, I would think that, you know, the keys are in RJ's hands. And I think that whole next season will be about development and letting RJ become that guy in the sort, and let Quickley, IQ, and Obi, all those guys turn up. And then we get into a draft that's actually one of the best drafts in a long time. Because the 2023 draft was Scoot Henderson, who I really like. The Thompson twins. Victor Wembanyama, who is one of the best prospects we've ever seen in a very, very long time. He's really impressive. That would be really, really interesting to see. If we get a top 7 pick, would you trade it for DeJounte Murray? Hell yes. Yes, I will. I easily will. Wow, the rules changed. Ain't really stopping teams from taking my. Have to change it again somehow. Yeah, JJ, they need to change it, because I really don't think it's fair how, like, the Knicks were never actually tanking when they were bad. They were just bad. And these teams are openly tanking and getting rewarded, but the Knicks never got rewarded, which I feel like is disgusting, to be honest. It always makes me sad that I realized that Adam Silver was a Knicks fan and he still has never rigged it for us. It's really depressing, man. It's depressing. But now for the next team, the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs are 2 games behind us, and this is what their schedule is looking like. You guys let me know how, and this is with DeJounte Murray out, by the way, because he has an illness, so it's going to be a lot tougher. And I want to see the record of the Nuggets right now. This is an important game for the Nuggets. The Spurs, Keldon Johnson has been turning up with DeJounte Murray being out. They've been having Devin Vassell has been doing decent. All these guys, but they played the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets might win this game. To be honest, I feel like the rest of this here, the Spurs is the one that's questionable for me, because it all depends on if DeJounte Murray is ill or not. Because if he's ill, it's gonna be. I really don't know if they're gonna win. I think they'll at least win 1 or 2 of these games, but I don't think they can win 3 or 4 without DeJounte. I really don't. And if they win 2, they would tie with us, because I think we're gonna lose out. And then the last team, which is the Washington Wizards, and the Washington Wizards against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think that could be a decent matchup. Do they win? I don't know. I think the Timberwolves have been playing really good recently, so I think they might lose this game. It really depends. I don't know. The Wizards and Spurs are a true competition right now, because I think the Pelicans will most likely win out the rest of the season. But as you can see here, the Wizards, I hope the Wizards beat us. I think they could potentially beat the Timberwolves, and maybe they could beat the Hornets as well, because the Hornets haven't been playing good at all. But it's tough. It's tough. We need to pray that we somehow get to that 9 spot, because the 9 spot is really possible if we lose out. If we lose out, I think we could easily get to that 9th or 10th spot. And that's all I want to be at. I want to be at top 10. I don't want to be any further than that. Because I'd rather take what is it? I'd rather have a 20% chance of getting that top pick instead of 11.7% chance. At that point, I would just be praying to God that we somehow jump up. Primo looks good. Spurs might move D. Murray. So I brought this up before. Visions. This is what I heard, and I confirm. Shout out Gregory Castillo. He's a Spurs fan. He's in the Knicks community a lot. Gregory Castillo said that, and because I told him about this, and he said, yeah, he's heard that too. So this might be Greg Popovich's last season, and apparently Greg Popovich likes DeJounte Murray a lot. Like, he's a big fan of DeJounte Murray, but the front office likes him too, but they're not as keen on him. Like, they wouldn't mind trading him. So that is something that I wish the Knicks could get off, because that would solve your point guard problems. Next year, 100% should be about development. Let it all be youth, and let's get as good of a pick as we could in 2023. If we get a top 7 pick. So, yeah, Wiz are stealth tanking. Yeah, they definitely are. JJ, you know what I think would be perfect? I think it will be perfect if we give RJ the keys. And so this is my perfect thing. We trade Randle to Portland. This is my perfect offseason for you guys. We trade Randle to Portland. Get their what pick is it? I'll show you guys which pick I want. Get this pick, the New Orleans pick for Randle, and get like some extra fillers. And then you draft that player so you basically trade them Randle for this pick, right? And then you have your pick as well with it. I don't know if you would have. Would you have to? Do you guys think that Randle's value is so bad that you would have to give them your pick and Randle to get their pick and fillers? I don't know, but I do think that I would try to trade Randle to the Portland Trail Blazers, because I heard rumors with them getting Jeremy Grant, and I think a better fit for them than Jeremy Grant would be Randle. To be honest, Randle is the better player. I think that would be a better fit for them, to be honest. That's what I'd be looking to do. And then you draft that player. You play all those young guys. Give RJ the keys this offseason. You start IQ. You have OB start as well. I don't know if you have Mitch anymore at the same time. And then, you might have Cam, the starting lineup. You're still going to have vets. I hope you could try to trade off Alec Burks. But this would be a year I have for development and starting to get the guys, get their value up. Let's see what RJ got. I wouldn't say that we would have a good record next season. I think it would all be about development and seeing how the guys play, seeing how they work together. I really do think that's the best thing to do. No, Randall's value isn't as bad as people make it seem, but Portland needs picks because they are depleted. I do think Randall's value is bad, but I do agree that I don't think it's as bad as it is, but it's still really hard to think of a trade package for him. I think his value might be so low we might have to give a pick. JJ, so who was it that said that? I don't remember who said that. It was one of the media sources, whatever. They basically said, oh no, it wasn't media. It was Mark Berman, I think, or Ian Begley that said that right now the way it's looking, or Stephon Bondi, the way it's looking is that you would have to attach a pick to Randle, which is sad. Like, I don't really want to give up a pick to get rid of him, but it really depends on what I get in return. It's really a tough situation, but there's just no way you could bring Randle back next season. I just don't see it. I just don't. Okay, Josh, what is the trade packages you have for Randle? How do you have 5 teams? I don't even have 2. The best one I could think of is Portland, and that's legit it. I don't really know another team, to be honest. Let me see what team. Heat, no. Celtics, no. Bucks, no. Philly, no. Bulls is an interesting one, but I don't think they would need him. And I don't know what you specifically get back in them. They don't really have picks. The Raptors, no. Cleveland, no. Hawks, I know you're probably going to say the Hawks one because I have heard people talking about John Collins for Julius Randle, but to be honest, I really don't see the point of getting him because John Collins is kind of injury prone, and at the same time, John Collins is getting paid 25 mil per year. He's getting the max. He got the max. Charlotte, Charlotte, I say no because he doesn't play in pace, and they play with pace, so they know that's a bad trade. Nets, no. Washington, people want to trade him for Porzingis, which I'm good for. I don't want to do. Pacers, nothing you could really get for the Pacers, so it wouldn't matter. Pistons, no. I don't want to get Jeremy Grant. Orlando is also interesting. I heard that before. Maybe Orlando, I don't know. Try to get cause no, actually not Orlando because Orlando was getting a top pick and they're definitely getting a big. My bad. I don't know why. I'm coughing. Something stuck. Phoenix, no. Unless DeAndre Ayton. Nah, I don't think that would happen. Grizzlies is another interesting one that Randall might be able to go to. But that's another one. They play with pace, so it's kind of tough. Warriors, no. Dallas is a possibility. Nuggets, no. Jazz, trade him for Spider straight up. I'll take it. I hope so. But no from Minnesota. Clippers, no. Pelicans, no. Spurs, I wish. But no. Lakers, no. Kings, no. Blazers, yes. OKC, I would say yes to OKC if they weren't guaranteed a big this draft, but no, and then Houston, no. So yeah, I don't know. Hadouken, I don't think you were considering other teams in their cap situation. No, I am thinking of other teams. Think about teams with expiring contracts that can sign and trade. No, I understand that, but I'm thinking about that, and I'm thinking more of fit with a team. Like he has to fit with a team. Salute to Ashley. What's good, Ashley? Hope you're doing good. She says sign and trade for Sexton or Pacers for Miles Turner. Said, bro, JJ, I know nothing about 22. Okay, so Jarrell Williams, I'll give you some right now that you should check out right away. Like these are like I'll give you two of the. This is four I'm gonna give you right now. So this is their names. I'll tell you right now. So the number one prospect that's gonna be in the 2023 draft is Victor Wembanyama. That's the number one pick, and he's one of the best prospects we've seen in a very long time. He's a lot better than Chet. He cooked Chet this season. In the summer he cooked Chet. He's a really really good big man that can shoot, post up, block, all that stuff. He's quick and he got handles. He's mad nice. You gotta check him out. Another one is Scoot Henderson. Scoot Henderson is in the G League Ignite right now. He's really nice as well. You should see him. He's a shooting guard. He could play some point guard as well, but he's mainly a shooting guard. And then you got the Thompson twins, and they are twin brothers, and they're both gonna be top 10 picks, potentially top 5. They're more like top 5 right now coming into next season. But Amen and Ozzer Thompson, they're both like nice. They're very athletic. They're one of the most athletic prospects seen in a long time as well. And they're like small forwards, shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards like that. So those are the guys you should check out 100%. Essentially, you are saying Randall doesn't fit with any team. That's not true because a lot of teams, the teams that I named, the teams that I think he would go to are teams that have slow pace. And not every team in the NBA plays with pace. If they don't. We need to tank the heck out of next year badly. I do think we need to tank. I don't think we should tank, but we should just play the young guys next season, to be honest. I don't think there's I want to win, but I just don't think it's the best position to win right now. I think it's about getting more talent. Like actual talent. Like best talent available. Said, yeah, ton of gifted players. It will be weird if we sneak next back. Sign and trade for Sexton. The only way I'm thinking of getting Sexton is if Randle's off the team, because I feel like that's too many people that are dependent on the ball. I really wouldn't like that, to be honest. And I'm a fan of Sexton, but I just don't think it's the best thing. Um, Miles Turner, I do think it's important to get a stretch big next to RJ. And shout out to Guillermo because he put me onto him. But Jalen Smith, I think, would be an interesting one if the Pacers don't re-sign him. He could stretch the floor out. He's not bad at the post, and he could rebound as well. He's not a bad shot blocker as well. I think he will be interesting. He's young too. He's young. He was the 10th big pick in Obi's draft, by the way. But yeah, no, that's basically it with that. Bro, Cam and RJ next year, in my opinion. LOL, I don't know how we gonna tank. Oh, so Jarrell, you think that RJ and Cam are gonna carry us next season? To be honest, this is the thing. I think because this is me, because I think RJ, especially with this offseason, and Cam with this offseason, I think they're gonna take huge steps. I really do. I really do think they're gonna take crazy steps next season, especially like Cam. Cam has a lot to prove, but then RJ, I know his work ethic, so I know he's gonna come back bigger and better. Especially if Randle is gone, I think RJ is gonna do amazing next season. IQ, I think, is gonna be better, but it really depends on the moves they do in the offseason. The free agency is trash. I just need to know what they do. Yeah, exactly. Just go young, and whatever happens will happen. Got to get rid of Tibbs and vets so we can develop and hopefully position ourselves. So, this is the thing about Tibbs. I'm not a fan of what Tibbs has been doing, but at the same time, I want to see Tibbs with the young guys because I think he will be fine. I want to see Tibbs for 20 games or so with the kids and just see how he plays up with them. To be honest, I really do want to see how he plays with them because I feel like it would be an interesting way. Like if he gets fired, I wouldn't be mad at all. Like let's get Johnny Bryan, let's get a Kenny Atkinson type. But I do think it would be interesting to see Tibbs with them. Would you give up Cam if it brought us Spider? 100%. And I'm a big fan of Cam, but it just makes no sense to not try to get him to pair with RJ if he was the guy that you had to trade. Me too, Jarrell. I get mad flag for it, but it's all good. Yeah, nah, JJ, I'm fine with your takes on RJ because your takes on RJ aren't like you don't try to disrespect RJ. You're just like talking about his efficiency. And that's the main thing you talk about. And I acknowledge his efficiency every single day because it gets me mad. But that's why I'm fine with RJ's efficiency because, like I said, I think it's really important for RJ to get constant reps on the ball and on the offense every single game. And that's why I'm fine with him missing these easy looks because at some point those looks actually go in. They start going in. And that just comes with having the offense in your hand constantly and not having a different position every time. Hadouken, last one, you look like you sell magazines at the stand. Alright, bro, Josh, you gotta chill. Bro, I'm about to shave, bro. Okay, calm down. When Tibbs has favorites, he plays them into the ground, so he will play RJ 44 minutes even during blowouts and get him injured again. Alright, that one was funny, but nah, I don't think he will. I think the thing is, I think you guys have to let Tibbs. Like I know we've had a lot with Tibbs, but I just think it's important. I really do. Shave the stash. Diego, I know you want me to shave it because you've been telling me every single time we're hanging out, bro. I get it. When Tibbs has favorites. Yeah, nah, I don't know. I just think, I don't know how you guys feel about it because I do know, like, Tibbs pisses me off with certain things. Like the Alec Burks starting over IQ still and all that stuff. But I would really be interested in, especially because I credit him for giving for helping RJ with defense because that's something he did. And I credit him for always telling RJ to shoot even when he's missing, just like he did last year, and it got RJ to 40%. Everything else with the development part with RJ, I don't really think he helped much. But the defense for the whole team in general, I think he's helped a lot, and I think he's a big factor with that. Now, like I always give him mad props when he had great stretches, but yeah, he's got to be way more efficient. I'm giving him a max or anything. Plus, I don't think his defense has been good this year. JJ, I will say RJ's defense was really good in the up to the All-Star break, but I think after the All-Star break and that injury, I think it really hurt him because he has looked a lot more stiff. And that kind of happened last year too. He got injured with his ankle and then he was starting to look stiff on defense. But the thing for me, JJ, is that I've said this before, and since you talked about the max, I said this in the beginning of the season. I said, because someone asked, I said I'd offer him 125, but the way he's looking now, I offer him 150 million, to 160 million. But I do think the Knicks are gonna give him the max, and I'm not really gonna be mad at it. It is what it is. Every single player is basically gonna get the max. Like Tyler Hero is gonna get the max. Darius Garland's gonna get the max, and I think I have RJ over there over Hero. I think he's a better player. Hero is just a scorer. Doesn't really move me too much. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's not really gonna bother me as much. It just puts more of an expectation on RJ, to be honest. Yeah, JJ, I'll say so the All-Star break was 20 games. Since the All-Star break has been 23 games, and I'll say out of those 23 games, like 17 of them he has not played the best defense. Like he's played like decent defense or maybe bad defense. Um it's been decent, but then you notice it a lot more the last 5 to 10 games that it hasn't been that great. And I do really think that injury has a effect on it because it happened last season as well. If RJ learns fluidity from Cam and Cam learns discipline basketball wise from RJ's over for a high pick in 2023. Yeah, Jarrell. The thing is, I'm really expecting this is. I don't care if anyone's gonna disagree with me because this is my opinion. I mean, I predicted RJ to average 20.4 this season. He's averaging 20.1 so far. Let's see if he gets it. It is what it is. I was really close. But next season for me, and I'm going to say this right here, you guys are going to see it, and I'm going to be right again about RJ like I always am. RJ next season is going to average at least 23 points per game. This is with Randle off the team, by the way. Even with Randle on the team, he'll average at least 20. But 23 points per game at least, and the most I think will be 25. 6 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and on like 43 to 44 from the field and like 37 from 3. And 75 to 80% from free throw line. That's my prediction because I know RJ is a hard worker. And I also know that RJ got hurt a lot from that slump that he had while he was sick. And by the way, during that slump, and I know this is like a picking out stats, but this is generally because RJ was sick during the time and he had the C word, I can't say it. Without counting that slump, he shot 43% from the field and like 37 from the 3 and like 70% from the line. So it does give me confidence with RJ next season. I'm really excited, to be honest. I'm legit. I said this, I tweeted it. By the way, if you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure to follow me. I tweet about the Knicks, basketball, all that stuff. I said, I'm just ready for the season to end. All I'm waiting for right now is year 4 RJ and to see what we do in the offseason. That's what I'm excited about right now. These rest of the three games that are left, I just want us to lose, and I want all the young guys to look good and keep it competitive. That's it. That's all I'm hoping for. That really is what it is. Bro, I want to say I agree with the Tibbs take, but the blatant lack of discipline towards certain things, bro, I can't. Jarrell Williams, that's the thing. That's the thing that kills me too. Tibbs does the most obvious things wrong, and it's just so frustrating. But at the same time, I do think it will be interesting to see him with the young guys. I really do. And for the most part, tell me if I'm wrong. For the most part of the games that he has had without Randle, I feel like the only problem has been that he's starting Alec Burks over IQ, and IQ is not getting as much time as he should. Except yesterday he did, but IQ could be playing more, and Obi could have played a little more during those stretches Randle was out. Hate to be that guy, but RJ, Kim, IQ, Grimes, Burks, Fournier, Deuce Rose, and a draft pick maybe. Tibbs only plays 4 guards, maybe 5 and 4s. So you're saying that that he won't play them? To be honest, I don't know. I don't think you should count on every single player that you just listed being on this team next season. I think that we could trade Rose in the offseason for like a first round pick to a contender, to be honest. And then I think Burks we could trade off 100% as well, or Fournier. It really depends. Oh, my throat hurts for some reason. Pause. But yeah, now I've been talking for a long time, and I'm about to. I don't know. Let me know who you guys got, by the way, for this finals game for the NCAA that's gonna be on in an hour and a half. North Carolina Tar Heels versus Kansas. Let me know who you guys got. I personally got the Tar Heels. That's also because I put money on them. But I do have the Tar Heels. Let me know who you guys got in the chat. No Rose gone, Burks gone in these situations. I respect it. I just hope it's real close. All I ask for. Kansas, Tar Heels. Salute to Fabian, by the way. And I see, by the way, 35 people voted if we should trade Randle, and it's 89 to 11%. 89 yes, 11% no. And I completely agree with that, but it should be 100% yes. But yeah, now that's basically it for what I got for you guys today. You know, we had a little problems earlier. I hope more people are on later on. But yeah, that's what I had on for today. I hope the Knicks lose these last 3. I hope RJ goes off. IQ and Obi go off as well. Only one that I wanted to know was Josh, LOL. Yo, salute to my guy Justin L. He said, salute Duke over with grandma getting ready to watch the game. But I hope everything is good with you. Salute to you and your family. I know you got a kid now as well. Salute to you. Roseberg's Fournier should go for tape purposes. That's a fact. But yeah, my voice is starting to cut out for some reason. I need to get water. But salute to you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm going to catch you guys after the next game. Peace out. I appreciate you guys.